Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Stylish Hidden Treasures. My name is Mary and I'm a full-time reseller on both eBay and Poshmark. Today I'm bringing you another What's Sold video. This video is for 2 weeks. This is February 11th through February 24th. So these are all the sales from eBay, which there are a lot. Now, are there a lot of items that sold for high amounts? No, definitely a lot of lower priced items, but that's okay, because at the end of the day, it's what the grand total is, right? That's kind of what we're looking for as a reseller. What did we actually make? So usually at the end of these videos, I tell you how many items sold, the grand total. This time I'm going to do it the opposite. I'm actually going to tell you up front, and then we'll hop into the video to where you can kind of see what actually sold and for what amount. So I sold 78 items in this 2-week period, which is still kind of low for me. And a lot of those items were, like I said, lower priced items. But I had a grand total of $2,274.17. So just shy of $2,300 for the 2-week period, which is still very low for me. But I am thankful, right? We have to be thankful of whatever sale we're getting right now in this type of economy. So I usually kind of give you guys a rundown. If it's something I would buy again, why I picked it up, and all that good stuff. I'm not going to do that on this video because I think this video is going to be long enough because we have 78 items to go through. So we're going to kind of pump them out pretty quick. But I am going to give you a quick synopsis if the item came from liquidation or Goodwill bins, because I do a lot of haul videos, and I think that's kind of important to see the lower cost of good items and what they ended up selling for versus the liquidation that I pay a little bit more for and what those items sold for as well. So I am top rated on eBay. I pay approximately 13% in fees. Then I promote all my items at 3%. I do charge shipping on all my items. So when you see these items that are for sale, just kind of know that the buyer did pay for shipping. So we're going to go ahead and hop in. Now, like I said, I have 78 items. So if you guys want to grab a drink or a snack or listen to this while you're listening, that way you won't be bored, I'm hoping. But I think it's kind of important. It's fun to see the mystery unboxings. It's fun to see the haul videos. But at the end of the day, you want to know what's sold. And I think that's useful for us resellers to kind of see what's selling for people and maybe how much. Brands that maybe I pick up that you don't pick up, and maybe you might want to consider picking those up too. So if you enjoy What's Sold videos, definitely like and subscribe to my channel. I would love to have you as a subscriber. Many of us look at our analytics and kind of figure out what do people, well, let's take that off. Sorry about the hair, guys. It's been a week. But many of us look at the analytics, Lord, to kind of see what you guys are, kind of enjoy watching, what maybe is not performing so good. And my What's Sold videos are kind of low. So if they're too long and they're kind of boring, or maybe you guys just don't really care about my What's Sold videos, let me know that too. So that way I know if I need to look at, maybe just doing some different types of videos. So all your feedback is very much useful. So let's go ahead and hop in. The very first thing that sold was this vintage Kahula baby velvet romper. I do pick up vintage items. This sold for $11.86, especially vintage kids, because there's definitely a market for that. The second thing that sold was to the same buyer, which was this vintage Thomas baby velvet romper, and this sold for $10.72. The next thing that sold was this Asha crochet top, which was just shown in a recent haul. I didn't expect to get much, honestly, but I just thought it was kind of cool. It sold for $13. Next is the World Market blouse. Will not pick up this brand again. It sold for $7.88. Next is this Victoria's Secret silk tunic top. Maybe it was like a sleep shirt or dress. I'm not sure exactly what it was, but it sold for $17. Next thing was this Athleta jogger black pants. This sold for $19.17. This was just shown in one of my ThredUp 100-pound women's box. So that was one of the items that sold. Next was the sofa chain brocade jacket, which was really pretty, although it didn't go for very much, for $15. Next is the Kalia leggings, sold for $15. Then we had the J. Crew khaki pants. I've had these pants literally, y'all, I'm not kidding you, for like 6 years. They finally sold for $11. Next was the Zaful linen shirt for men. This is brand new with tags, sold for $18.41. Next was this Rockin' Republic tee, sold for $9.48. As you can see, kind of a trend where there's a lot of lower priced items. Next is a We the Free top. This was brand new with tags, sold for $20. Then we had this Children's Place floral jeans. This sold for $13.61. Next was a Kango men's hat, excellent condition. This sold for $18.20. Next was this Everly Anthropology dress, brand new with tags, sold for $19.71. Then we had Coldwater Creek, kind of like a velvety top. This sold for $12.07. Then we had this vintage ruffle dress, 0 to 6 months. I pick up any kind of vintage ruffly type of little over-the-top dresses, guys, they sell. Sold for $11.57. Then we had the Charter Club vest. This is the second time this has sold. Nothing's wrong with it. It's brand new with tags. It's just previous owner buyer returned it. This ended up selling for $12.50. Then we had the Judy Blue denim shirt, which I wasn't too sure of when I picked this up at the bins, because Judy Blue does really good as far as the jeans are concerned. This sold for $14. Next was this Goodfellow cardigan sweater, brand new with tags, sold for $14.50. Next is 100% silk floral scarf. This sold for $10. Then we had this Golden Bear suede jacket, which definitely pick up Golden Bear. I mean, I don't know what it is about the brand. Every time I get this brand, it sells really well. This sold for $50. This was just shown in a haul video as well. Then we had this Alexandria Sutashi jacket. I just kind of got it because it's kind of cool looking, but it didn't sell for very much. It sold for $15. Next, I got these coral indie boots, which were made exclusively for Buckle. This sold for $46. And this went through the global shipping program. Next was this Lamberston, I hope I'm saying that right, straw bag. This was made in Italy. This I got in one of those ThredUp 15 handbag boxes. One of the first boxes I had opened. This bag alone paid for the entire box and some. So this sold for $117.37. So I'm starting to see some of those purses from those boxes sell, which is awesome. Next is Open Story travel wallet, brand new with tags, sold for $17.58. Then we had Denizen by Levi's jeans, brand new with tags, sold for $25.95. Then we had a brand called As You Wish. After the fact, I didn't understand why I picked it up, but it was like, I think, a 2X. Brand new with tags, sold for $16.94. Next is Jack Skeleton toddler shirt. Actually, I believe it was Disney branded, maybe from one of the parks. This sold for $12.74. Then we had this vintage South Cotton heavy knit sweater. For some reason, I forgot to say how much it sold for, but it'll be right here in the picture. So that also sold. Then we had the Duluth men's canvas pants, sold for $21.84. Then we had Eileen Fisher silk dress, kind of had like a 2 or 3 tone color thing, color block type of look, sold for $28. Then we had a Victoria's Secret animal belted robe, sold for $15. And then we had vintage Lord and Taylor sweater, which I thought this was the coolest looking, kind of like a cottagecore sweater. This sold for $25. Then we had the Torrid 3/4 kimono with kind of like an embroidered top area there. That sold for $26 almost immediately when I listed it. Then we had a J. Jill linen cardigan, sold for $15. As you can see, a trend of like $15 range things, which is usually not where my business model is. But hey, we got to do what we got to do during this time. So then we had this vintage Canterbury belt. It sold for $16.32. I only picked it up because it reminded me of Gucci for some reason, and it sold, which is amazing. Next was this pink by Victoria's Secret leggings, sold for $15. Then we had this Bowden embroidered, kind of like an A-line skirt. This sold for $19.52. Next was vintage Susan Christopher, kind of like a color block top. I just recently picked this up and showed it in one of my haul videos. This type of stuff sells, guys. I don't know. Sold for $18.99. Next is this brand new with tags vintage Kmart, guys. Kmart of all places. Gingham printed dress sold for $20. Then we had American vintage jeans, which were brand new with tags, sold for $17. And then we had this Reformation ribbed tank, which I kind of took a chance on because it's not summertime, but it was brand new with tags. I picked it up for the bins, from the bins for almost nothing. And it sold for $52.90, which was a great sale. Next was this Columbia snowsuit. Guys, this is the second snowsuit I've sold in the last couple weeks, but yet they wouldn't sell when it was snowing out. It's the craziest thing. Sold for $76.71. Then we had this Valerie Stevens satin blazer, which I thought was so pretty. The only thing is it had a button missing. I had a jeweled button. I sewed it on. Lo and behold, it sold for $23.80. Next was the limited pony hair belt, sold for $13.80. Then we had a pair, actually this same thing sold multiple times during this period, and it's 14 karat gold cubic zirconia stud earrings, sold for $7. Then we had Fossil leather small wallet, just came in a recent thread up box, sold for $15, and it was actually a free wallet. It was an extra item in that box, so that's cool. Then we had J. Crew pajama pants, kind of like a flannel style, sold for $12. Then we had Old Navy ripped jeans, which were actually my daughter's at the bottom of a closet for years, and we just threw it on eBay and it sold for $9.83. Then we had the J. Crew puffer vest, which was also in the 100-pound women's rescue box from Thread Up. That sold for $23. Then we had a lot of 4 vintage beaded necklaces that sold for $20 through the global shipping program. Then there was a lot of 4 ties, 2 of them brand new with tags, sold for $15.55. And I know that seems like a horrible thing for 4, but they're gone. So next was a Victoria's Secret leggings. These were really nice, actually, sold for $15.84. Then we had the Morgan & Company velvet glitter gown, brand new with tags, sold for $25. I wanted more, but I don't do well with Junior's things. Next thing was a vintage all leather wolf printed tie. It was actually kind of neat. Sold for $10. Then we had a vintage Papel boutique gown. This I just got from the Goodwill Blue Box vintage box. One of the boxes that I got from them. This sold for $40. Then I had the Aardvark cycling seat, random thing I picked up from the bins. It sold for $12.64. All right, we're on our third page. So then we had a Victoria's Secret balconette bra, sold for $15. And then the Amy Kirstenberg rainbow leather wallet sold for $17.64. That too was the second wallet that was free in the ThredUp 15 handbag box. Next was another pair of the 14 karat gold cubic zirconia studs, sold for $8.87. Then we had the brand Edison, I hope I'm saying that right, Moto, kind of like a vegan leather and knit jacket, XXL, sold for $18. Then we had an Alex Evenings dress, sold for $59.74. This was brand new with tags, and it came from a Macy's liquidation. Next was Marc Jacobs tablet case, sold for $8.88. Guys, I've had this. I am like genuinely telling you, for like 8 years I've had this for sale, and it finally sold. Next was a pair of Shimmer and Shine flats, sold for $14.99. Then we had Jockey, kind of like a cocoon style cardigan. This was also from one of the women's 100-pound rescue box from ThredUp, sold for $12. Then we had a Banana Republic cashmere, kind of like a two-tone cashmere sweater. Just showed this also on a haul, sold for $16. Then we had a Lane Bryant Swiss dot dress, sold for $15. Hanes underwear, this was brand new in the package. This was $18.51 sale. This too was obtained from the bins. Then we had this burgundy sequin gown. This has actually sold before, but it didn't fit the previous person. This sold for $28. Then we had the Old Navy tunic linen top. This sold for $18.39. And then we had J. Jill linen tunic dress, sold for $19. And then Calvin Klein chambray pants, which these were brand new with tags, and these sold for $26.38. Then we had this 1/2 carat baguette diamond ring. This was obtained from liquidation, and this sold for $60. Then I had this kind of like, I guess you want to call it like a, what do you call this? It looks like it's a $100 bill. Graphic print, that's what I was thinking of. Graphic print zip wallet, brand new with tags, came from Wholesale Company, sold for $22.48. And then I had this little girl's sailboat printed dress. I've had this forever. I was okay with it going for a whopping $7. And then I had another pair of 14 karat gold cubic zirconia studs, sold for $8.87. And the final thing of this time period was a New Day abalone shell earrings, which came from a Target liquidation for $12.93. So we just went through 78 items. So this was just for eBay. And like I said, grand total $2,274.17. I did have sales on Poshmark too. So if you are also a Poshmark seller, definitely consider stay tuned, I guess you want to say, take a look at that video as well, because there were some things that sold over there too. But my eBay sales definitely picked up in comparison to where Poshmark is. So definitely, if you're interested in that video, definitely check that one out as well. So the only thing different I can say that I have done during this time, if any, is just list even more. So I'm listing 15 to 20 items a day, 6 days a week, sending out offers pretty much hourly. But even then, a lot of the sales, as you can see, are under the $20 range, which I think is where people kind of want to sit at right now. I mean, I charge shipping, so when you factor in the shipping cost and then the cost of the item, what the buyer is paying, I think most people kind of want to be all in at $20 unless it's a specialty item. So that's just my thought. I could be wrong. But if so, then high volume, I think, is what's going to kind of, you know, get me to where I need to be as far as sales are concerned for this period of time. So definitely share whatever tips or tricks you guys are using right now. Maybe you too are running sales and pumping out listings like crazy, cross listing, because I do that too, you know, to try to help with slow sales. But I do feel like things are picking up a little bit. So definitely I look forward to your thoughts and comments on that. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Definitely stay tuned for the next video. And then I also have a couple other unboxings coming up in the works, I guess you want to say, that are scheduled. Definitely check those out too. Got some really good stuff on those. And I'll see you guys later in the next video. Thanks, guys. Bye.